MARKO MIHAILOVIĆ, Belgrade Pride. Hello, Marko.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good.
Great. Marko, you're
Busy at the
organizing.
moment, but good.
I know you are
Sorry?
organizing Belgrade Pride now. So can you tell us a bit more how the preparations are going?
Yeah, we're 1 week away from Belgrade Pride 2021, which starts on the 12th of September and is going on until the 19th of September. It's right now the busiest time before everything starts becoming even more busy. So we're in the middle of finalizing all the preparations. So a lot of work, but we're all very excited and very much looking forward to it. When the Pride Week gets going, we get to be more relaxed because everything is ready, but it's so many events. So for this year, we have about 50 events in all over the city, and luckily we get to do the Pride March, and it takes place on Saturday the 18th of September, and everybody's very excited for it. We prepared a great program, but we are also focused on sharing our stories and demanding our rights. Pride is and will always be a protest, and until, of course, everybody reaches full equality. But sadly, I think we're not that close to it. But I think that this year will be the final Pride that we have in Belgrade without having the law on same-sex unions, and that's one of the things that we're focusing on this year. So yeah.
Well, we'll definitely see each other during the Pride itself. Um, but apart from this year's Pride, we are the host of Euro Pride next year in 2022. And you're highly involved with the organization of the Euro Pride. Can you tell us a bit more about Euro Pride itself and what does it mean for our society?
Yeah, well, of course, first of all, I really want to say when it is, because it's really important for us to have as much people as possible, have them come. Euro Pride is in September 2022. We started on the 12th of September and we ended on the 18th of September. The Pride March will take place on Saturday, the 17th. So Euro Pride, it's an annual event where actually a Pride in Europe gets to host Euro Pride, which is like a European festival for prides. So we get to be the capital of Pride that year. And whenever, actually, a slight disclaimer, if there's a World Pride being held in Europe, then it's automatically Euro Pride. So this year, World Pride was in Copenhagen. So it was also Euro Pride as well. We got to go, we got to present Belgrade. We had amazing performers, one pop star called Sara Jo, and drag queens Dita Mobil and Alex Electra. They did an amazing show. I gave a speech and I got they passed the torch to us. So we're actually we've been preparing for Euro Pride since we got the nomination in 2019, and there is some really exciting stuff going on behind the scenes, but I'm not sure if I can say everything. But I think that, of course, what we're planning to do is we're planning to focus on the issues that the LGBT plus community is facing, not only in Belgrade and Serbia, but all across the Western Balkans. But we also won't forget other countries such as Turkey. Their situation is really difficult. Poland, Hungary, and ex-Soviet republics. And of course, we'll be mindful of the world itself. We'll call some people from all over the world to speak at various panels that we're going to do. We're also going to do a really big human rights conference. And we're going to do a lot of events, panel discussions, lectures, debates, workshops, but we're also going to do some fun events. So of course, like every year, we're going to do a big drag party. Hopefully this year it will be with some big drag queens from all over the world. But of course, we won't forget local queens, because it's extremely important for us to support local talent, to push for local queer artists. And one of the versions that we might do of Euro Pride is that we're thinking about doing concerts slightly bigger than we're doing them right now, because we think it's extremely important to have people who are not only part of the community, but everybody. We want to have everybody welcome, and we hope that as many people as possible will come, simply for one reason, and that is we really want to share our stories. It's not about making a commercial or making a profit out of it. It's about having when you live in the Balkans, it's really hard to share your story, and there's still a lot of people who don't understand what the LGBT plus community is facing. So I think that the best modality to tackle that issue is to offer something that's mainstreamly, that's acceptable to the general audience. And then if they come, then we can much more easily give them our stories and have them understand what we're really facing with. So, but of course, there's a lot of versions, and everything depends on the funding, on the partners. But so far, we're very happy how it's going, and I think it's going to be something that's going to change. That's going to be a milestone and a new beginning for the LGBT plus community in the Balkans.
That's great. You got me excited about the Euro Pride. Tell me then, how can young people
Thank you.
and activists, like LGBT or not, you said that everyone is included, how can they contribute to Euro Pride?
Of course, having volunteers, but not only volunteers, having different participants is crucial for us. We will develop a lot of programs, but we really want to encourage everybody to not think of this as something that, for example, I am doing, or Belgrade Pride. This event, or these events, are going to be for everybody. So if somebody who's watching this has an idea, feel free to reach out to us. We're very open to different ideas. We're very open to talk about different possibilities. So we really want to be mindful not to control what people can speak about or what they can do. So we really want to create an open platform where people can talk about the issues they want. Of course, from the side of us, the official organizers will select the most important issues, such as legislative issues, the law on same-sex unions across the Balkans, hate crime laws, of course, also the relationship with the governments. We really want to focus on that, because I believe that we cannot change laws unless we have governments on board. Sadly or not sadly, that is how the world works. So for us, we will also dedicate a lot of energy towards bringing the government representatives from all over the region come to Europride, to have them see us, hear our stories, and understand why it's important for them to do their job, so that we, the citizens of the countries in the Balkans, can lead a more normal life. It might look as all fun and games, Euro Pride, big concerts, a lot of parties, but it's not. We're still fighting a very basic fight. Sadly, we're lagging behind the rest of Europe for many years, and that is why one of the reasons why we wanted Belgrade to be the host. We really wanted to show and to have sympathy from our fellow humans from across the Europe, that in the Balkans we're still fighting a fight that maybe, that, for example, Sweden has won in '76. So it's sad that there's not a pan-European approach to the importance of human rights, actually a pan-European level of respect. We're still lagging far behind, and it's not a situation where human lives can thrive, or where societies can thrive. If you create a barrier for certain people in your countries to have the ability to use, for example, laws, then it's a big problem, because I'm sorry, I don't know which word to use. You don't allow them to experience life to the fullest capacity. That's the problem with homophobia and transphobia. It's standards. I don't know if that's a good word. It diminishes our ability to be happy in life. It diminishes our ability to enjoy life. It diminishes our ability to have dignity. That's what we're fighting for. That's the whole point of the fight for human rights, to give people dignity, not to allow them to go through stuff like torture, hate, violence. That is something not a single humans should go through in 2021. And I think that as humanity, we've reached a point where it's no longer necessary, but sadly it's still present. So I'm going a little bit too wide. I'm very sorry. I'm a little bit stressed, but that it is what it is. You know, Europride is a very important event for me, and I believe for the community, not only the LGBT plus community, but for everybody who believes in a future of freedom and democracy. You know, it's a festival where we'll try to assert universal values of human rights, of liberty, freedom, etc.
No, you didn't went too much, off topic. It was, it was great hearing you, and I'm sure that it is inspiring to the people watching. But it is also, hard to hear that we are still fighting that battle. That is a very basic, actually, human rights topic, and we are still, not on the same page with it.
It is what it is, but being on this level, comparing to other people, then a lot of people get to be pioneers. So I really want to invite everybody who has any type of an idea how they can contribute to reach out, because, it's still hard to get fellow comrades in this fight. So if you want to get involved, you're going to be one of the first people to be involved in this. And then in 50 years, when things will be all right for sure, but I hope that they will come sooner, then you can remember that you were, to be very honest, every year I'm very sad that Belgrade is a city of 2 million people. And every year we haven't even crossed 3,000 people at our Pride. That's so small for a city of 2 million. It's really, really small. It gives me a lot of pain and a lot of sadness, because I think that this city deserves at least 50,000 people, and I know that in the region we can for sure find 50,000 people who believe in the freedom and democracy and human rights for everybody. So I really want to invite all of them to come. And if you have any doubts, please disregard them, because this isn't a project for some people. This is for everybody. We're not affiliated with any political parties. We're not affiliated with any. Our values are universal values. So we really believe in the freedom of expression. So we're not gonna say, oh, this topic is appropriate and this topic is not appropriate. The only things that won't be appropriate during Europride are gonna be, of course, talks that incite violence, talks that incite hate. But we really want to have panel discussions and talks that will incite the questioning of responsibility. I strongly believe that it is our duty to call upon the authorities to have them reevaluate their own responsibility, because they are the ones who are at the end responsible for our lives. They are the ones who control the media, who control the laws, who control how our lives go, where our taxes go to, and what are the policies that are being adopted and enacted in our country. So I think it's really important to have a quantity of people to show them why we need change, and why we need change now, and why the time is now, because the time is now for some time now, yet the changes that are necessary are not being adopted and implemented. So I really think that we should exude pressure.
Right, that is definitely true. I was interesting, you mentioned visiting Copenhagen some time ago. Also, we talked about the youth involvement, the young LGBT activists and activists in general. So I would like to know, how are they cooperating both on regional and European levels? Are there any differences in activism in Serbia as in some other part of the Europe? Can they learn something from other European countries and their practices?
Well, I think the situation that they have, for example, in the northern countries in Scandinavia is not really applicable here. The biggest difference is when their citizens talk, the government listens. And here it feels as if the government doesn't listen to our needs and to our problems. I feel that we're constantly being shunned away, silenced, and put on the margins. And there it's different. When somebody has a problem, the government will go out of their way to fix it. And that's how society should work. There are not any major social issues over there because they found a way how democracy can work and how social responsibility and governmental responsibility should work. In our part of the world, it's a little bit different. Here, the government can basically do whatever they want. If you deem to criticize them, you then create an enemy, and that's not how it should work. I mean, we pay them. But also, I think to go on a more positive side, I'm not a fan of Scandinavia personally. I think it's extremely boring for me. I mean, of course, visually it's beautiful, architecturally it's beautiful. Uh, the amount of money they have, it's also quite nice. But I think nobody can do a party like the Balkans. I really, really want to encourage everybody to understand that we're going to have the best party that year in 2022 September, Euro Pride, because we here, I think that's one of the rare beauties. We have passion, you know. When we want to fight for something, we go all the way. And it's also with celebrations, when we want to celebrate that we're still here, that we're still alive, that we're still proud. No matter what challenges we're facing, we're gonna do it in a really grand and passionate scale. So in Scandinavia, I don't know, everything is very calm. There's not a lot of drama. I'm not really a fan of that. I like everything to be loud. I like everything to be to the full, to the maximum level, because that's the only way we can change something here. We really need to be heard. We need to be loud. It's not the time to be silent and quiet. It's time to be loud and vibrant, and to show that we're alive and that we deserve to be treated as alive people, not as there's a huge misconception in Serbia, and I guess everybody everywhere around the Balkans, that we're a foreign project. I mean, it's all, sorry for the expression, but bullshit. I don't want my life to be treated as someone's project. I don't want my sexuality, my identity to be treated as a foreign influence. I'm a human and I'm a citizen. I deserve to be treated as such, and I'm not. So I'm not going to be silent. I'm not going to stay in the closet. I'm not going to be hidden. But of course, there's so many people who are not in the situation to be out, who are not in the situation to be loud. This fight is also for them. I don't judge anybody who's not out, for example, as a gay person, trans person. It's not easy here. Here, the incomes are so low, the social security, the situation is so bad that I fully understand why people are simply cannot be out, because they will not be able to find work, or they will be beaten, killed even. So this fight is also for them. It's not only for us privileged gay men who like to party, you know, it's for people who cannot, who are devoid of privileges, who don't have access to any type of privilege. You know, I know that I'm a privileged man. That is the truth. But I choose to use my privilege for the greater good. I'm not a selfish person. And for some privileges, I fought hard. And some I got by default. But for those that I fought hard, I don't want them to be, I don't want to have exclusive access to them. I think everybody deserves to feel safe, secure, free, and that's the point of it all. So we're not forgetting people who aren't able to come. This is also for them. I mean, in majority, we're doing this for them. So I don't know what was the question, but I got into some topics. So.
Well, no
Oh, how
matter
was
the
it in Copenhagen? It was
question,
boring, to be honest. Yeah, Copenhagen. Yeah, we gave the best show, so it was okay. I mean, I'm kidding. It was really good. The level of you know, people have been asking me, "Oof, are you gonna be able to do it like that?" And we went there. The only thing that's preventing us to do it on such a big level, of course, if we disregard social acceptance, it's money. They have so many sponsors, they have so many companies, they have so many donors. Here people don't want to get involved with this, they don't want to support this, but it doesn't matter, we'll still find a way. We're gonna make it a memorable experience, a ones that we will cherish for the lifetime. You know, I think one of the happiest moments in my life, if we have 5 more minutes. was when we won this. Euro Pride, you have to apply as a candidate. The bidding process, it's 3 years before the actual event. So in 2019, in the beginning of the year, we submitted our nomination, our application. We did the procedural things. We submitted a bid book. And then other people started applying. And the first one who applied was Barcelona. And their Pride is huge, 2 million people. It's very different than Lisbon and Porto, Dublin, and Maspalomas in the Balearic Islands. When I saw Barcelona, Lisbon, and Porto, I was a little bit scared because I'm a very competitive person, and the whole team, we all wanted to have Euro Pride, not so that we can brag, oh, we won Euro Pride, because we really needed it to show to the Europe and the world what's going on here. So we thought about different strategies. And when the day came, the day where we all presented our bids and where everybody voted was 5 days after Belgrade Pride Week and Pride 2019, where we had 82 events. So we were completely drained of energy. So Gora Miletic, my colleague, and me, we went to Bilbao, in the north of Spain. We prepared the presentation. You get 20 minutes, that's it. And we thought about, how are we gonna win this? They have so much money, they have so much capacities. And then we understood, we're not gonna say, oh, it's so good here, it's so beautiful, everybody feels safe, because it's not true. We're gonna show them the reality. So we started with the violent prides of 2001 and 2010 to get everybody's attention. And then we showed what we've done in only 9 years, from 2010 up until 2019 at that point. And it's not a small change. And everybody was mesmerized with what we've accomplished. So then we got it by a landslide victory. And the moment they announced that we're the winners, a spark ignited in my heart, because I understood the potential this has. And then when I started crying for the first time was when I saw, so we have this thing called Pride Info Center. It's an event space, a store, let's say, in one of the main streets of Belgrade. And we did something on the window. We put our logo and we said Euro Pride 2022, and legally we had to say candidate city. And when we won it, the kids who were there, they took down candidate city, and for some reason it made me cry. I felt really, really happy. So yeah, I'm very excited, and I hope I didn't confuse all of you, but I hope that everybody will come in Euro Pride 2022. It's really, really important, and it's the right thing to do. And plus, it's gonna be really fun.
I am sure that it will. I mean, you got me all excited, and I'm sure that everyone who watches this will get inspired to involve, to engage. And I just want to thank you so much for not only telling us about the Euro Pride, its perspectives and possibilities, but to thank you for fighting this battle for all those who are not yet able to do so themselves. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank you. And also, I really want to say one more thing. Youth Initiative for Human Rights has always been a part of Belgrade Pride, and they've provided instrumental help. So I really want to thank you on behalf of Youth Initiative. I mean, we really love you guys, and we're really thankful for everything you've done over the years, and we couldn't have Pride without you. So lots of love.
Thank you very much, Marko. It's our pleasure. I can speak to all of us, from all of us. So thanks again.
Thank you. Cool. So see